Is Coby White the NBA's next superstar, or are we all getting carried away? And could a shocking trade shake up the Western Conference playoff race? Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, we're diving deep into the NBA's hottest topics that nobody's talking about yet. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. We've got you covered with breaking news, trade rumors, and in-depth analysis of everything Bulls. From United Center to the front office, we're bringing you the inside scoop. Hit subscribe and let's talk Bulls basketball. Today we're diving into some hot topics that have been lighting up the basketball world. We're talking Coby White's meteoric rise, the overreactions that have followed, and a potential trade scenario that could shake up the Western Conference. So, grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's break it all down. Let's start with the man of the hour, Coby White. Now, if you've been living under a rock for the past few weeks, you might have missed the absolute tear this guy has been on. But for those of us who've been watching, it's been nothing short of spectacular. White has been putting up numbers that have Bulls fans dreaming of the next coming of Derrick Rose. Over his last 10 games, he's averaging 24.7 points, 5.8 assists, and 4.6 rebounds per game, while shooting a blistering 47% from beyond the arc. Those are all-star caliber numbers, folks. But here's where it gets interesting. The Twitterverse and Reddit boards are exploding with hot takes. We're seeing everything from Coby White is the next Steph Curry to the Bulls should build around White and trade LaVine. And while I love the excitement, we need to pump the brakes a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. What White is doing is impressive as hell. But let's put it in context. This is a guy who, up until this point in his career, has been inconsistent at best. He's shown flashes of brilliance before, only to follow them up with stretches of mediocrity. So, what's changed? For one, injuries to key players like Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan have thrust White into a larger role. He's getting more minutes, more touches, and more opportunities to showcase his skills. And to his credit, he's making the most of it. But here's the million-dollar question: is this sustainable? History tells us probably not, at least not at this level. But that doesn't mean White hasn't made a significant leap. Let's break down what's working for him. Improved shot selection: White is taking smarter shots and not forcing the issue as much. Better playmaking: his assists are up, showing growth in his floor general skills. Confidence: sometimes, all a player needs is a green light and belief from their coach. The key for White will be maintaining a high level of play once LaVine and DeRozan return. Can he be as effective in a more limited role? That's what will ultimately determine whether this is a true breakout or just a hot streak. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: the overreactions. Look, I get it. We're all excited to see a young player pop off like this. But some of the takes I'm seeing are wilder than a Ja Morant dunk. First off, no, Coby White is not the next Steph Curry. Curry is a once-in-a-generation talent who revolutionized the game. White is a good player who's having a great stretch. Let's not put that kind of pressure on him. Secondly, the idea that the Bulls should trade LaVine and build around White is premature, to say the least. LaVine is a proven all-star with a much larger body of work. One hot month doesn't erase years of production. That being said, White's emergence does raise some interesting questions about the Bulls' future. If he can maintain a high level of play, even if not quite this high, it could make LaVine expendable in the right deal. But that's a big if, and it's a decision that shouldn't be made hastily. The smartest move for the Bulls right now is to ride this wave and see where it takes them. White's development is a huge positive for a team that's been searching for an identity. If he can be a reliable third option behind LaVine and DeRozan, that suddenly makes the Bulls a much more dangerous team. Now, let's shift gears and talk about a potential trade that's been floating around NBA circles: Nikola Vucevic to the New Orleans Pelicans. At first glance, this might seem like an odd fit. The Pelicans already have a young, talented big man in Zion Williamson. But hear me out, because the more you think about it, the more intriguing this becomes. First, let's look at what Vucevic brings to the table. Scoring, he's averaging 16.7 points per game this season. Rebounding, at 10.5 boards a game, he's a force on the glass. Passing, for a big man, his 3.4 assists per game are solid. Shooting, he's hitting 35% from three, providing valuable floor spacing. Now, why would this make sense for the Pelicans? Well, it all comes down to Zion Williamson. As talented as Zion is, his injury history is concerning. The Pelicans need a plan B, and Vucevic could provide that. But it's not just about insurance. Vucevic's skill set could actually complement Zion's game beautifully. Imagine Zion's explosive drives to the rim combined with Vucevic's ability to pop out for threes. That's a pick-and-roll/pick-and-pop combo that would give defenses nightmares. Moreover, Vucevic's passing ability could help alleviate some of the playmaking burden from Zion and Brandon Ingram. This could allow them to focus more on what they do best: scoring. The question, of course, is what would the Bulls want in return? Any deal would likely need to include Jonas Valanciunas for salary matching purposes. The Pelicans could sweeten the pot with young talent like Dyson Daniels or draft picks. For the Bulls, this would be a step towards a rebuild. But with White's emergence and Levine's uncertain future, that might not be the worst thing. They could get younger, add assets, and pivot towards a new direction. Now, I'm not saying this trade is imminent or even likely. But it's the kind of outside-the-box thinking that could benefit both teams. The Pelicans get a win-now piece to pair with their young stars, while the Bulls get assets to build for the future. So, there you have it, folks. We've covered a lot of ground today. From Coby White's breakout to potential trades, the NBA landscape is as exciting and unpredictable as ever. To recap, Coby White is balling out, but let's temper our expectations. The Bulls have some interesting decisions to make about their future. A Vucevic trade to the Pelicans is an intriguing possibility that could shake up the Western Conference. What do you think? Is Coby White the real deal? Should the Pelicans make a move for Vucevic? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. And if you're new here, why not subscribe? We're breaking down the biggest NBA stories every single day. Until next time, keep your head up and your dribble low. Peace.